Road trip, United stand. I'm Adam. This is a long one. About a 10-hour round trip. It's Brighton away. God, I was looking at it. You know what? I was having a discussion the other day about the relegation fight and who goes down. It's like with the road trips and the journeys, I'm actually looking at teams now at the bottom of the table thinking, God, how can I get rid of a long away day, a long drive anywhere? Who do I not want? Who would I rather have? Well, we've got some northwest, we've got some northeast sort of teams coming up. Obviously, well, I'll say northeast, Yorkshire, sort of east way with Sheffield United. Obviously, Burnley's right up our end, so that's not too bad. Who's going down now? I would have loved for Bournemouth to go down. No disrespect or anything like that, but it's a killer of a journey. Brighton, I don't think we're going to see go down for any time in the foreseeable. I don't think that's going to happen. They're that good a team, and that's where we're off to today, obviously. But yeah, Southampton, we got rid of that one. That's a good one to get rid of. That's a long journey. So one of the big south journeys down south has gone. But yeah, concentrating on this journey and what this journey brings, it's a very, very important game. Manchester United against Brighton, it's not been a good one for us, let's be honest. The last 3 games I can remember have been, what's it been? Oh, smashed 4-0 there, where we're going 0-0 in the semi-final, and obviously we got through on penalties. 2-1 earlier this season at Old Trafford. Not a happy team to be playing against, and this are not a happy hunting ground for Manchester United. Bad memories of last season. I was stood on the front row. A lot of people actually seen me on Sky that day, trying to encourage, trying to clap. I remember there's a moment in a picture from that game last season where Ronaldo's walking off with Maguire. It looked like they were in conversation. We now know that the disrespect in Ronaldo and the lack of respect for a lot of his other players from his antics that he's actually pulled off this season, that wasn't really true. It was the beginning of the end as such. The end of last season and Ronaldo and what he expected, and Ten Hag coming in was the end of him. But that game, I always remember it. I also remember at the end of it, Diogo Dalot just stood there in front of the crowd, banging his chest, just pumping his chest like that. It was like one of the most weirdest moments ever, and I thought, where is this team going? Where are we going? It didn't get much better after that in terms of the league, but that was like one of the last away games of last season. One of the bad memories. I think we had 8 defeats in a row away from home to finish the season off, or starting into this. So I think Brentford this season was about the 8th defeat in a row in the league. I remember it. I was going to games, driving everywhere, all over the country, just thinking, we're there just to cheer the boys on. We're not hoping for a result. We knew we weren't going to win. That's how bad it was. We knew we weren't going to win. Look how far we've come, Dalot, and what he's done, and how much he's progressed under Ten Hag. And now going into Brighton thinking, let's put the record straight. We're going into this I think, in enough form and should have enough confidence to really go, right, let's put this to bed. Let's put this Brighton voodoo once and all to bed. Let's score a goal against them. That would be nice. Yeah, I'd love that, because the games are pretty drab in terms of us breaking them down and actually getting goals and it being exciting. It's all right for Brighton. Their games have been great against us, but we need a little bit of excitement. And I think the United players, all the United fans travelling down here today, an actual game, a performance away from home against Brighton, because it's bad memories. And yes, Wembley was great. We won on penalties, but in the league, the bread and butter, I think we definitely owe one on Brighton. De Zerbi wasn't even in his press conference. He was ill. Is he going to be on the side of the pitch? There's a bit of a bug going round. I mean, last night, the excuse came out about West Ham resting players. Well, they weren't resting players. I said that. Obviously, the big game isn't City away for West Ham. It's United on Sunday. Coronation weekend. No Declan Rice or anything like that. Is it real? Is there a real bug? Because De Zerbi's ill as well. But obviously, it doesn't matter what happens on the pitch. Hopefully, United players are all fit. Ten Hag, in his press conference, was talking predominantly about Alejandro Garnacho. We were there, United stand, at the Jimmy Murphy statue unveiling outside Old Trafford yesterday. It was a brilliant day. Absolutely fantastic. A brilliant tribute to a man that not only set the foundation for Manchester United, he was the bricks and the mortar. And I didn't get a chance to say anything on the day. I didn't say anything yesterday. We did interview Nick Cox, the current head of academy at Manchester United. Them quotes are on the United Stand Twitter page, people. So go and check them out and see what you have to say about the current crop of players coming through. But yeah, Jimmy Murphy, fitting tribute, and good words from Richard Arnold as well. It was a brilliant day, and a few of the Busby babes were there. It was it took you back to what Manchester United are. With everything going on and off the pitch at the moment, it just sort of like, it reminded you of like what Manchester United is, what we were built on, where we came from, and how important it is to put on that shirt. And the standards were set by Jimmy Murphy and Sir Matt Busby, carried on by Sir Alex Ferguson. And we are not allowing it as a fan base to drop past that. This is what the argument was last week, and the debates, not the debates so much, the protest against the Glazers and United standards dropping. We are upping our standards again. We are expecting more, and it's good to know. And ownership aside and everything like that, on the pitch this season, it has been better under Ten Hag. He was talking, like I said, about Alejandro Garnacho signing his deal, and the big moment it was for him. He will not be fit for this game, though. He's a bit behind. Talking about McTominay and Varane. McTominay's still way off, apparently, but Varane, maybe 2 games. We may see him for Wolves at home at Old Trafford. That's good. If Varane is going to be playing possibly in 3 games, that means he gets a few games before the cup final against Manchester City. So we may actually see a centre-back partnership which involves Luke Shaw and Varane, or even Lindelof, who's playing well at the moment, but more of an expected team. I mean, last time we beat Manchester City, we had Varane and Luke Shaw at centre-back, so maybe that's an omen. Varane not fit for Brighton, but looking good to see him before the end of the season. That would be a fantastic boost for United. A few days rest, not too bad, actually. I think the Sunday to Thursday gap rather than Thursday to Sunday works better for us. It's a tough away game, obviously, and Brighton have been excellent. I think their away form is actually better than the home form, though. It's a weird one with Brighton, but yeah, they've had some big results here this season, obviously. Notably Liverpool in the FA Cup, I can remember off the top of my head. They've held Newcastle, obviously, here. They beat Chelsea. I mean, everyone beats Chelsea these days, don't they? But we know what Brighton are about. I've just talked about them then. We're fresh off the back of the semi-final. It's redemption for them. I mean, I just hope we don't get the Newcastle factor where we go into the game a bit cold and unprepared and not up for the fight. Newcastle were out for revenge after we beat them in the cup final. Will it be the same for Brighton? I think so. In terms of them and what they're bringing, straight off the back of a 6-0 win, they've got to be buoyed by that. So although they did make a lot of changes for that game and still smash Wolves. So yeah, not to be taken lightly, as we already know. And I know Ten Hag doesn't take teams lightly. It's very rare that Ten Hag gets done twice by a manager. Gets done twice by a certain team. He learned. Proof is in the pudding against Aston Villa, and how they went at us at Villa Park under Emery. They looked brilliant on the run. 12 straight unbeaten, looking for 13. And Ten Hag schooled Emery. He learned from it and did his homework on Aston Villa. I think he's done the same with Brighton. I think he knows exactly how he's going to play this game, and I'm confident in him. We may have some lapses. There may be some individuals that switch off. There may be that moment in the game. It's not down to Ten Hag. I have full confidence in our manager preparing his team the exact way that we need to. Games when we've been smashed has been individuals and the attitude on the pitch. And we've always recovered from it when Ten Hag has got hold of them players. But when them players are on the pitch and they lose it for them moments, and we have had a few of them, they've been like short spells in games that have just blown up. All of them, all the big losses this season, we've had them moments where we've just switched off and they've just completely been blown away. All of them pretty much. Villa, first few minutes. City, first few minutes. Liverpool, start of the second half. Brentford, the first half. It's them. We can't afford to have them. We're gradually getting better, and you can see the game plans in games. But Manchester United, like I said at the start of this video, the standards are getting more. The standards are upping. And I think this is our game in hand on Newcastle and a few teams around us. Liverpool have played last night, obviously, so they've used that extra game. So we're still going to have a game in hand on them. And we just need to spread ourselves from Liverpool now. And I said it at weekend, I think top 4 is done. I just look at it and I don't see us dropping points in them home games. Tonight just makes it simple. If we win tonight against Brighton, I think we only need 70. I think we need 2 more wins if we beat Brighton. That's it. 2 more wins. I mean, if you can't beat Wolves, Chelsea and Fulham at home in them last few games, then you need to be worried. That's how big tonight's game is. Tonight's game is win and put everything everything in focus and make it a lot easier. I think this will just, and teams around us, I think, if we get the result tonight, the likes of Liverpool, Brighton themselves, Spurs, it's just done and dusted for them. They know they're fighting for Europa League if United get the win tonight. In terms of the team I would pick, I mean, it's got to be the midfield three, the triangle of death. Eriksen, Casemiro and Bruno, outstanding. And that's the midfield you want in a game like this, because like we said, 18, 19 is it now? Unbeaten with them three starting in midfield. Luke Shaw and Lindelof both playing well, both fullbacks playing well. Chance to mix it up with Wan-Bissaka coming back in, freshening it up. Is Martial going to play? For God's sake, is Martial ever going to play? And you know what? We've got options there. Antony was rested at weekend. It's a shame Garnacho isn't back, but we have got more than enough. We have got more than enough to beat Brighton. They could beat us and they can beat anyone on their day, obviously, but we should be going into this game confident that we are going to win and put top four to bed. It's as simple as that. I'm going to go United 2-1. I fancy Brighton to score, but I do think we are going to edge it tonight. I think we've got it. And I just feel like I said, Ten Hag has learned, and he always does this. He learns from what has happened before. I think he then implements plans. He never forgets. That's one thing you learn with Ten Hag. Ten Hag never forgets, and even more so with an opponent. And that's why I'm confident going into this game. Guys, let me know what you're thinking. Who's your team? What's your score prediction? Is top four over if we win tonight? They're the big ones. Manchester United moving on. In honour of Jimmy Murphy, let's win this one. This has been a big week for Manchester United. A good week. Let's finish it on a high and then move into Coronation Weekend and do the Hammers as well. Guys, thanks for watching. This is United Stand. Road trip off to Brighton. Here we go. The seaside is beckoning. The seagulls are waiting to knit the chips. Here we go. Cheers for watching. Like, share and subscribe. See you outside the ground.